Hey everybody, it's me, Master Chul. Anyway, I thought I'd make a little video about how to make butter mochi. Butter mochi. I'm not quite sure what the difference between regular mochi and butter mochi. My guess is it's more of a Hawaiian fusion of the Japanese style mochi. From what I understand, it uses a certain kind of flour, which gives it a little bit of a different consistency than regular mochi. If you're not familiar with mochi, mochi is usually made of a kind of rice flour type. It's kind of sticky. Most people are familiar with like mochi ice cream, where they make a mochi ball and inside they put ice cream. And then there's typically like regular mochi, and there's mochi that's used for like soups and type. Anyway, so we're gonna give this one a try. I'm going to go through the ingredients real fast here, and then we'll go through the process of making it. And I've always loved mochi, and then I saw, actually it was on an ad somewhere where they were selling pumpkin mochi, and I was like, yeah, I got to try this, because two of my favorite things, mochi and pumpkin, anything pumpkin, right? So I was like, I could make this. I saw it for sale, but it had coconut shavings on it, which I'm not a fan of. So I was like, I'm going to see if I can make my own version minus the coconut shavings. So this is going to be interesting because it's not only my first time making mochi, but pumpkin mochi. So let's give this a try. The ingredients here is going to be milk. I use this reduced fat milk, organic from Fred Meyer. And of course we have some eggs. Then we have coconut milk. And we have some unsalted butter, or you can use the salted butter if you want to add salt. I typically cook with unsalted. We have some vanilla. And I just got the really small one because I used to do a lot of baking, but I don't anymore. So I didn't really make the larger purchase because I didn't think it was worth the money at this point. And I only need a little bit. We got the granulated sugar. We got baking powder. Of course, we got the pumpkin puree. That's what's going to give it the pumpkin flavoring. Now, this ingredient was a little hard to find. I went to a few stores, and I actually found it at an Asian type store. Most regular stores like Fred Meyer, Target, Safeway, Winco, I would imagine most of them don't carry this product. It's a certain brand, and it actually called for this brand, Mochiko. And this is used to make the butter mochi. So I really wanted to make sure I stuck to this particular flour because they recommended using this. It wasn't too pricey or anything, but finding it was a bit of a challenge. So I'll make a list in the description of all the exact ingredients. I'm making a double batch, but I'll list it as a single batch. And then obviously if you want to make a double batch, you just double the ingredients. All right, let's go to the next step. Okay, so we're going to start with our eggs. I put the 8 eggs in there. We're going to whip them up, get them all mixed up in there. So it's kind of a nice consistency here. And I got them in a giant bowl because I wasn't sure exactly how big of a bowl I was going to need, so I got the biggest bowl I have. And we're going to start with that and get it to a nice mixed consistency there. And then we're going to add 4 cups of sugar, which seems like a lot, but I'm sure there's a good reason for that. So I'm going to put 2 cups in first. And we're going to give that a little bit of a stir. And stir that up. And we're going to add the other 2 cups of sugar. I know, that seems like a lot of sugar. 4 cups of sugar here. We're going to give that a stir. It's getting pretty thick at this point and very sugary. And give that a stir, try to get all the size of it out. And we're going to add some more wet ingredients. We're going to add our milk. We're going to pour in our first 2 cups of milk. And give that a stir. And that kind of helps break up all the sugar that's in there. And give that a stir. Oh, it is thick with all that sugar in there. Give that a stir. And we're going to add our other 2 cups of milk. Okay, and we're going to add our other 2 cups of milk. And then stir that around. Oh, there we go. Now it's kind of breaking up a little bit. Still really thick with all that sugar in there. We got egg, sugar. Try to give that a good mix before we add any more ingredients here. Okay, all right, good thing I got this giant bowl because it's really filling up. I added the pumpkin puree and we're gonna mix that up very carefully without trying to slosh it everywhere. Probably be easier if I had an electric mixer than trying to do it by hand here. Wow, it is really turning orange. Okay, let's give that a good mix. Okay, now we're going to add 2 cans of coconut milk. I guess I'm going to scoop it out. Hold on. Okay, we got the coconut milk in there. I grossly underestimated how much this was going to make. This is a lot of ingredients in this bowl. Obviously, we cannot add any more liquid ingredients to this thing. It is almost to the rim. And then after we add all this flour, it's really going to be interesting. I'm going to give this a good mix, and then we'll see what we're going to do next here. I'm thinking the only ingredients left we have are the flour, the vanilla, and baking soda and butter. So we'll see what we're supposed to do with that here. I'm going to give this a good mix here. Okay, I added the vanilla, and as you can see, it's really lumpy. I'll whisk all that out of there. And then thankfully, we're supposed to do the dry ingredients in a different bowl. So let's go ahead and start the dry ingredients. All right, so I've added the flour, the baking powder, the melted butter, and we're going to give that a good stir. All right, so due to the volume that I made, I separated it into 2 pans of equal size and split the ingredients in half. And then we mix the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients, and we're going to mix that thoroughly with the hand mixer. As I said before, having a power mixer would be a lot easier, but hey, this is good for your forearm strength, right? So we're going to mix that up there. Okay, so I took a big pan and I sprayed it. You can use wax paper, which I unfortunately don't have, so I sprayed it with non-cooking spray. This is the only pan I have that would hold this much mochi or ingredients. We're going to pour that into a pan. Yes, I'm going to stir it a little bit more. It's probably going to be a little lumpy. And I'm going to pour that in. So it didn't fill up that much. It seems like a lot, but actually when you put it in this giant turkey pan, it isn't that much. That's half the ingredients. I'm going to give that another good stir, and we're going to put it in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour. So let's go ahead and mix up the other batch, and I'll stick it in here and we'll smooth it all out. Now we got all the mochi in that pan. It's still going to be a little lumpy, but at this point my forearm is 5 sizes bigger than it was, so it's a little painful to do any more stirring at this point. In the future, I probably need to get a hand mixer. That would definitely help. And not make a double batch. So we're going to stick it in the oven for an hour and we'll know how it turned out. Oh, and also, unlike me, I hope you have somebody who's going to help you clean up this giant mess you've made. All right, I'll let you know how it tastes in about an hour. Here is the finished product. As you can see, it made a lot of mochi. This thing is heavy. Not quite sure how this is going to be. Let's give it a cut. I'm going to cut it as skinny as I can there. All right. Gonna just cut a little piece out just to test it out. It feels very chewy. All right, here it goes. First time making pumpkin butter mochi. Smells good. Very not bad. I'm not really pumpkin-y or anything. I mean, kind of figured it'd be taste more like pumpkin. Not bad though. Not bad. It's actually pretty good. I would call that a success. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit a like and a subscribe, and I'll check you guys next time. Peace out.